Hello and welcome to my literature review presentation. This is for the CSY 3021 Wireless and Advanced Technologies. My name is Roshan Balchandran and today I'm presenting my topic, which is coordinated multipoint. So, as a brief introduction, what is coordinated multipoint? Well, in earlier second generation mobile communication, operators divided and allocated bandwidth and cells and used different frequency to operate. This technique is known as frequency reuse. Different frequencies. But more people wanted to use internet and the data increased. So to allocate more bandwidth, what the operator did first was to use the same frequency in all cells. This caused a new problem, interference, more commonly known as cell edge interference, where the cell edge user will incur interference at the cell edge, but the signal is prone to be changed or weak or altered. So coordinated multipoint is the actual development. It has been developed to combat that issue. And there's two main type of coordinated multipoint. One which uses beamforming and scheduling, and the other one joint transmission. Joint transmissions when basically three or more cells uniting and using at the same time, which causes more stress or more workload added to the backhaul. And coordinated beamforming and scheduling is when the cells cooperate and work out where and when to coordinate their signals to send to the device and user interface, user equipment. Potential future generation. So what coordinated multipoint aims to provide is an overall throughput for the cell edge user, overall signal strength, and overall coverage. That's the aim of coordinated multipoint. Some of the disadvantages of a coordinated multipoint are introducing to latency due to constant communication between cells. So since the signals will be constantly bouncing off and communicating between different types of cell, which is what coordinated multipoint is about, it would therefore be able to increase the input lag or latency in this case for the time it takes for the signal to work out all the way through the cells and sent to the backhaul main network or to the actual users. Again, as I mentioned earlier, overload the backhaul network, which in case joint transmission is what mainly uses that disadvantage. But as you progress through the presentation, I will tell you that some researchers have found other ways and other available techniques to combat that. Multi-user selection. So this is when, even though coordinated beamforming and scheduling is used to select users at where it's mostly concentrated, it still isn't accurate as a tool. And actually next one is cost, which implementing this will require a large amount of money for it. So in the research literature review, as briefly, all I can say is coordinated multipoints have other advantages, and upon doing the researches, I've discovered that there are many other ways to combat especially the backhaul network problem, where the backhaul is overly loaded when it comes to these transmissions. And one way to do that, or one way in the literature review, which is mentioned in the literature review, more details in the literature review, will be content caching, where the users are being selected, and each web pages that are viewed will be categorized within the most popular and the least popular, and the most popular selection will be passed to the nearby cell towers, where they will be easily accessed and fast, and they will cause less traffic to the actual backhaul. More details will be available in the literature review. Possible research gap. When I researched the literature researches about the coordinated multipoint, most of the research gap that I found was that when researchers checked and tested these applications, they were unable to test a fully working network, meaning that they will only test one ENB and a very small simulation, and then they were always right where they can improve and use a bigger, much larger network to test the simulations. And then the other problem that comes with it is when using a bigger simulation, cost increases, and that's the other research gap in this literature review. Thanks for listening, and that's